Today is a video. The craziest stuff I've seen in the National Guard. Part 4. If you remember the previous ones, one of them was really popular and the other two were... Anyway, at part 4, the craziest things I've seen in the National Guard. This actually happened to me. It was gnarly. So this goes back in the Wayback Machine, back in 1985. It was a weekend drill, and we were doing a convoy all the way up to Camp Roberts. Again, out here in illustrious California, the California National Guard, one of the 2 or 3 places that we train in, was in Camp Roberts. But unfortunately for Jeff, specialist me, they said, "Yo, Del, you're not going to ride in the deuce and a half." And I said, "Oh, thank God I'm not riding in the deuce and a half." Sitting there for 5 hours, that thing doing this. Going about 40, 45 miles an hour all the way up the grapevine and all that other bullshit. But instead, you're going to ride in the M151 Jeep. You're going to ride shotgun in the Jeep. Okay. So the Jeep. This thing won't stay up. The Jeep. Okay, this bad boy, this Jeep, is going to do its thing, right? So, and you have to stay in the convoy. So you got, got deuce and a half. I don't have all that stuff, so this is a poor man's video. Deuce and a half, Jeep, usually another deuce, another deuce, another deuce, a Jeep, another deuce, another deuce. Usually the officers ride in Jeeps with their drivers, but for some reason they wanted me to ride shotgun in this vehicle. And what the hell was his name? Sergeant Cruz was driving? Yeah, Sergeant Cruz. Mexican guy, a lot older than I was. I was 24, 23. I was young, 23, 24. Anyway, so we're going at night. We do our get information and we leave at friggin' 9 o'clock to try to get to Camp Roberts by 2 or 3 in the morning just to get 1 or 2 hours sleep in the barracks or directly in the field. I had no idea. So here I am riding in that Jeep, and we're doing this. And that thing just vibrates. Your ears are ringing, because a lot of times these guys will wear earplugs, even in the Gamma Goats. But I didn't have any. All I had was the freeway and cars going by. So we leave late, about 10. Talk about not getting your shit together. So we get on the freeway, we go out, leaving Los Angeles, Burbank, all that good shit. And we're just driving information, people driving by us, doing 65, 70, 75, 80. So we're sitting there, and about 3 hours later, I'm doing this. I got my steel pod on, got my field jacket, I'm doing this. I was kind of asleep, I was kind of in a half daze, but I was doing this. Then, out of nowhere, the best I can remember was a metallic banging sound. And I remember like it was slow motion. I'm in the air. I'm actually in the air doing this. I have no idea why I'm in the air. you know, you get those flashing lights in your eyes when you get knocked silly or concussed. But I was like this in the air. And I remember the ground coming up, and I remember hitting my right shoulder, and I tumbled with my legs going up and over like this, rolling on my side and on my back. And then I remember sitting up like this. My helmet flipped off. And I'm doing this. So I had this look like this. Okay, watch. Like this, but we're looking at a young guy, bald head. Didn't even have a little mustache or nothing, but I was doing this. And the only thing I can remember is these tail lights of this car doing this, going, and then crashed and went off the embankment. And I just sat there. I was just stunned like this. You hear car, I hear honking, and everything like that. I hear screeching. And I just sat there doing this. And I was sitting upright in a sitting position. My legs stretched out doing this. And then, like moments later or something, I don't know how long later, it's like, hey, you all right? And I remember this hand, and I'm just doing this. I look up, and there's one of our guys, in a field jacket. Hey, you all right, man? And I couldn't even answer. I was like this, and it was just all this white was just flashing around. And I remember another guy picking me up by the shoulder and moving me off the side of the road. And they're like, and I remember a lot of holy shit or, oh man, and all this other stuff. And I couldn't remember anything until, I remember sitting there, the lights, and the police was there. I remember the ambulance. And I remember going inside the ambulance, and they took my field jacket off, and this ambulance guy was doing this, checking and then flashing my eyes. And I remember the Sergeant Cruz being stretchered in. And then we left. And from all that haze, we went to a hospital, and I was so out of it. I mean, I was completely out of it. I didn't even know what was going on. And they had us there throughout the entire drill, the whole weekend. And apparently what happened is we're traveling along, deuce and a half. And the deuce and a half, we have to have a space of maybe 30 feet. Just, And apparently this guy in a 1974 Oldsmobile was in the far right lane racing. And apparently he did this. Just went across lanes, missed another car, and rear-ended the back of our Jeep. Okay, according to witnesses, the two guys in the deuce and a half in the cab saw it do this, hit and flip. And they saw me on the right side, god damn, getting ejected from the side. As it flipped up like this, I was ejected, and then the other guy was thrown out this way as the Jeep flipped and then landed on its, crashed once and then just rolled over. Then the guy that hit us did this, spin, and then went off the embankment. Boom. So the story that I got, the guy was a drunk driver, and for some reason he lost control. He was speeding and lost control and smashed in the back of our Jeep. So I was thrown from the Jeep, and Sergeant Cruz was thrown from the other side of the Jeep, the driver. The Jeep, of course, was totaled. I never saw the Jeep at all. I was too busy being in the freaking hospital with a concussion. I didn't break any bones, but man, I took a hell of a tumble, and I was really sore. My whole body was sore. And Sergeant Cruz broke his left leg. His left leg, because he had his left leg sitting on the door board as we were driving, because we have no doors. And then when he got hit, his leg apparently pinned in to the bulkhead, to this, and boom, broke his leg. So, I don't know what happened to the guy. I heard different stories that he was arrested for drunk driving. The guy got hurt, but not bad. But he got arrested for drunk driving, and they got him on drunk driving, reckless driving, and I don't know if they gave him any attempted vehicle manslaughter. I have no idea. I didn't go to court or nothing for it. But I was out for that entire drill, and believe it or not, it took another maybe couple weeks to get all my senses back. You know, because I was in a daze. I couldn't even drive anywhere. I couldn't drive no more. I actually had to take a taxi back home. And I was in a daze, man, for a few days, and then I felt lightheaded for about 2 weeks. So, yeah, that was, again, this is, like I said, it's a quick video. It's one of the gnarliest things I've seen in the National Guard Part 4, but it happened to me. Got rear-ended going on the freeway to Camp Roberts in that gun, and it wasn't even a gun Jeep. It still had the canvas top on it. And that was it. I got credited for the drill, of course, but the Jeep got totaled, and Sergeant Cruz, he didn't come back for about 3 months, and next time we saw him, he was in a cast. So anyway, that is your video on... Ooh, what the hell is that all about? The gnarliest things I seen in the National Guard Part 4. Hua, crash,